Toyota Camry gets performance updates. P400 Range Rover coming to Oz. Could Germany introduce self-driving sooner than we think?
You're watching CarTell.tv and I'm Simone. Make sure you subscribe to our channel if you haven't already and hit that notification button. Now, I did promise a name for our new weekly news segment this week, so here's a short list. Cartel Intel, The Drive Report, News Wheel, or simply CarTell.tv News. Let us know what you think in the comments below. And now for some news.
The 2021 Camry update adds more power and a new gearbox. The popular sedan will be powered by a 2.5 litre 4-pot without any forced induction.
While that may seem familiar for this model, there are hints that this is actually a new engine.
We also learned that engineers extracted 19 kilowatts or 17 kilowatts more from the engine, now producing 152 kilowatts in its power sweet spot.
This looks like the new engine that's already used in the RAV4, which,
aside from the stated power rating, also brings 243 newton meters of torque.
However, another major difference in terms of drive is that the engine will be paired with an 8-speed automatic with a proper torque converter.
While we had no complaints over the old 6-speed, an 8-speed is a welcome addition that's sure to help with keeping the engine in its most comfortable revs for any given condition.
This means that the new Camry with this engine will be more responsive, more fuel efficient, and more refined at higher speeds.
In addition, this gearbox looks very close to the 8-speed automatic already on offer in some other markets. Being present since 2018, they've had more than enough time to test it in the real world and iron out any imperfections they may have found. And all this for the entry-level model. The one up brings the same engine with a bit less power, but an electric edition which lands 160 kilowatts of power.
It may not sound like a big difference, but knowing the torque delivery of electric motors, it should mean more oomph in terms of the driving feel.
And no more V6 on offer.
Now, before you start blaming Toyota, you should know that it's actually because of us.
You see, of 100 Camrys sold in Australia, only 4 had the V6.
Yeah, we do say we want the V6, but obviously being sensible is overriding our wants, which is refreshing. In more upmarket news, the new 2022 Range Rover Sport is coming in July to our shores, and it comes with a mild hybrid petrol option.
This version will be called P400 and it will feature a turbo inline 6-cylinder. The turbo is a twin scroll unit, but it also has an electric supercharger with the help of a 48-volt tech.
Land Rover claims this setup eliminates lag.
While we'll wait for our own test before we claim the same thing, this system is sure to dramatically improve response. Also, the P400 is no compromise. The system provides 294 kilowatts of power and 550 newton meters of torque, and we're sure it won't lack the standard plush of the brand.
Despite the heavy body, this should be enough for a sprint to 100 in under 6 seconds.
If you want more electric power, there's also the P400E, which is a plug-in hybrid with a 2-litre turbo petrol and an electric push for the total of 297 kilowatts of power. If you're more old-fashioned, there are 2 more versions, including a 386 kilowatt P525, powered by a 5-litre V8 with a supercharger, and, of course, the SVR version in the form of a P575 with 423 kilowatts of power, also from a supercharged V8.
Lastly, some scary news for all of us driving enthusiasts. There are some hints that Germany could introduce laws that regulate on-road use of autonomous vehicles by the end of the year.
The industrious Germans rarely do things for nothing, so we expect that the technology is at least close to being roadworthy. The German Minister for Transport and Digital Infrastructure explicitly said that within the next 12 months we may actually see driverless cars on the road in Germany.
The start of this new era will currently be restricted to certain zones and limited kinds of vehicles.
However, should the experience from these be good, we may expect more news on self-driving tech in the very near future.
Yes, I know we can do a lot of things while cars drive us around, and yes, they should be safer than human drivers once the tech is fully developed, and yes, I know they'll do loads of testing and nothing is sure yet, but I just really like driving. Let us know what you think about this. Are you ready to take that defining step with autonomous vehicles, or would you rather drive yourself, or both? Thanks for watching CarTell.tv. Now, we're still waiting on suggestions for news topics you think we should cover. Hit us up in the comments below and you'll see us in our next video.